Yes,
y'all could see. One of the things that I mentioned to you, Representative Monica and Mr. Malazzo in my office, you know, and I could see that he hadn't really thought about it. But if you go out in front of the Capitol and you look at my truck, it's got one of those tow bars, 2-inch receiver bars. It's got the 3 welded on things. And I have lots of trailers, and I might be pulling a cargo trailer, and then pulling my tractor and pulling a lawnmower on a little trailer, all in the same day. And with this, you would have to change balls, which is one of the biggest nuisance that people complain about and get frustrated with. But that's one of the other things that hadn't been worked out yet. The height adjustment is something that you could work out.
Yes,
you said
sir.
it haven't worked out.
It has been worked out. I have them out there with different elevations. Yes, sir. And like I told you in your office, the 3, and I talked to Major White about that, and I think he's going to be in agreement with that. Down the road, you need to do with all inch and 7/8 balls, and you don't use the inch and 7/8 ball. So if you put your insert in, and you have the balls 90 degrees from each other, okay, and then you turn it, this safety device, if you look at it, is simple, and you just need a set of clips on the vehicle and the trailer. So you can use the original inserts too. All you have to do is put the brackets coming from where you hook your chains. I have a bracket that you could use with your regular insert if you don't want to buy this. You know,
but that's
so
something
it can
else.
be
the result of something that a question that was asked.
No, sir, it's out there now. It's the same thing as the 3-hole bumper. It's just, you know, it can be done. Yes, sir.
Okay, Senator Erdy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Major, I don't know if you can answer this question for me, and I'm not sure the fate of this bill at this time in this committee, but what under current regulations, what tensile strength chain do we require, if any, that we have to use in these trailers?
It depends on the gross vehicle weight rating of the trailer.
It depends. Okay.
So
is there any certain size? Somebody could take a chain off of a swing set,
right,
use those, and I'm sure they have before. Okay, yes. And they think they're legal.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any packaging, anything on packaging that says this is not intended to be used for a trailer because of the lack of the tensile strength? Do we have anything like that that you know of?
No, sir, I don't. I don't know of anything like that.
Is there a warning? I guess is there any warning on these products that say this is not an approved tensile strength to pull these? I see some people doing yes. It's on the packaging now. Okay, okay. That answers my question, because I know there's certain sizes obviously you wouldn't want to use with respect to put them on a trailer. So
yes.
Okay, that's one.
Major, we would be the first state to have a requirement of other than safety change.
Yes, sir.
We have some trailer manufacturers in Louisiana, but the most of them are from outside the state. Yes. Big Tex and all the other trailer manufacturers. It wouldn't apply to anybody coming through the state. We couldn't affect interstate commerce.
No, sir. Only those registered in Louisiana.
Correct. It's just a lot of things that need to be thought about, that need to be worked out and all, you know, and it's probably a good concept, you know, but if it's so good, you know, the federal government, the highway safety folks send tens of millions of dollars into this state, and you work with us.
Yes,
and we've adopted seat belts, we've adopted everything in the world that we can think of, you know, to try to save people's lives, and still we have too many people killed on our highways every year, and this is one of the things that we need to consider. But you just have to pause and think, you know, why the national folks don't look at it, and if it's a good idea, why they wouldn't adopt it on a national level. Then that fellow from Columbia coming up here buying those old junk cars and towing them back would be under the same constraints.
Right.
Big Tex trailers would manufacture theirs to that standard, and the product would be, our products that would be at that time would be just inexpensive, because like Mr. Malazzo said, you know, everybody would be doing it.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I don't know if everybody's going to do it just for Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
I think we just heard a bill about we got a bill on the floor of the Senate that's a fight between the marine dealers and manufacturers. And the manufacturers say they're going to pull out of Louisiana if they have to meet different conformance standards
Yes, sir.
in Louisiana.
I'll give it to you.
Senator Adams.
Members, I'm going to make a suggestion. It is very, very important, the testimony that we heard from the loss of lives, that we take that seriously and that we try to make an effort to deal with this. The effective date of this is in 2012. I'm going to suggest that we defer this bill in return for a commitment from this committee, and that you would, if you would put in the proposal for a serious study of this issue over the next 12 months to find out exactly where we are and get the correct statistics, get the right information.
Yes, sir.
So that when we, he really made an incredible point I hadn't even thought about is that as we pass this, we're not really changing anything. Everybody runs up down I-20, I-10 and all the stuff coming through the state. That was an extremely good point, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to suggest that we defer action on this and return to do that study. Now, I know you feel adamantly about it. You've talked to all of us. You've made an incredible effort. But just with the facts and information that we have, to me, particularly with your effective date, that's 12, we clearly have time between now and next session to do that. I would like to make a motion to do that.
Okay, Senator Adley. Okay, Senator Gottschall.
The problem we have is that you've made us cognizant of a serious problem, and we want to address it. But there's not an engineer among us. And when we make decisions that are very technical in nature, when I make decisions in my business that are very technical in nature, I consult. I consult,